Hey there, I have been trying to find the most efficient way to weed both my nonfiction and my genrefied fiction. And I thought I'd share with you today first how to run a report that can help you make some difficult decisions about weeding your genrefied fiction. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up the report so that you can export an Excel spreadsheet and get the information that you need in order to weed a genrefied fiction collection. So the first thing you're going to do is head to reports once you've logged into your Destiny Discover or Destiny. And once you get in, you're going to browse down to statistics, and you're going to want collection statistics historical. When you click on collection statistics historical, you're going to create a new report. And here's where you can choose where you'd like to begin and end the statistics you're gathering. And this could be dependent upon when the last time is that you've weeded your collection. This could be, you set a parameter for any book in my library, for example, in the last 5 years should have at least 2 circulations. For me, this was the first time I weeded a fairly new collection, so I chose the day we opened. And then I just went in and I chose the most recent date that statistics would be available. And that was how I set my date range. The next thing you want to change is you want to show title and copy details. This is where you get into the specific item rather than just a title, and you can look at barcodes. And then because we're looking at a genrefied collection, we want to change organized by to copy category. Every item that is genrefied has not only a sublocation, but a copy category that corresponds with where it's located. Once I've done that, I want to limit the copies. This is how you can limit your report. I don't really want to run a report with 17,000 items in it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on only show copies with circulations, and I'm looking for less than. I'm looking for less than 3. Right? So in this time frame, what materials have only circulated less than, which would be 2, 1, or 0. And then I want to go in and choose my copy categories. And this is where you can get really targeted in the report that you run and how you choose to weed, especially since I know that time is tight and this is a task that many of us just don't get to. So you can set it to just 1. Let's say I go in and I deselect all of my copy categories because I don't want to do all of them at one time. And I just know, for example, for me, that magic, my magic section, my fantasy magic, and my real life, for example, are the 2 most popular. They're also the 2 largest, so I want to really target those. So I've chosen fantasy magic and real life, and I click OK. So I've limited my copies to less than 3 circulations. I've chosen the 2 copy categories, and the real power in this report is that you're going to export it as an Excel spreadsheet. This allows you to sort and manipulate the data. So when I click Microsoft Excel, and then you can save the setup if you think it's one you're going to run over and over. Because I know this is just one I'm running for 2 small sublocations, I'm just going to run this report. So once you get into the list, you can refresh your list. Mine showed up pretty quickly. It helps that we're doing this on a Saturday. And once you do that, go ahead and save your report, and then you're going to be able to open that report in order to look at those collection statistics. So real quickly, I want to make sure that I'm sharing the appropriate item with you. So I'm going to open my Excel spreadsheet, and then I'm going to share this Excel spreadsheet with you. And you'll see that when you first get this document opened, that it's sorted in first by copy category, and then next by the title. And so now what I need to do, though, is I need to decide for myself, where do I want to start? And for some of us, if you haven't weeded in a really long time, you could start with selecting all items. You're going to custom sort that. And maybe you start simply by, you just want to know anything that has either 0 or 1 circulation, right? Which means we want to first sort by circulations. Go ahead and click OK. All the 0s and all the 1s, it's a lot, right? All the 0s and all the 1s are going to show up first, right? I'm browsing down and now I find out where my 2s start. I don't need this necessarily. It's helpful like if you're looking historically and you maybe you do want to do all the 2s as well. I'm going to go ahead and go in first though, and I want to delete my 2s. I've just decided I'm just going to look at anything that has 0 or 1 circulation. Now that I've done that though, I want to be able to look first at my fantasy and magic and then at my real life. So I need to go back in and sort. I'm going to grab the custom sort. I want to sort first by copy category because that will separate my magic from my real life. The next level I want to add, I want to sort by call number because I want to be able to find it in the order in which it's on the shelf. And then you can add a second level if you want to. If you wanted to rank things within a call number, you could also do this by adding the total circulations. But because we only have 0s and 1s, I don't think it's necessary at this point. So I went ahead and did call number. And the next thing I might want to do just to help is to add a level and then sort by author. Sometimes you have authors that your call-ins will end up with calling, and you want to make sure you have authors together. So here I've gone ahead and sorted by copy category first, then by call number, and then by and then by author. So what I'm going to do really quickly is just show you how I would use this to make these choices. You'll see because I sorted by call number, any of the ebooks that I have interfiled in my section show up first. That's fine. In our middle school library, don't have a lot of ebooks, so it's easy to attack that. And so then what I can start to do is I can start to look as I walk through. I print these up and I walk out to this section and I would start to pull books that, or look at books that have 0 circulations. The Wolves of Willoughby Chase, for example, has 0. If I'm sitting at a shelf, I can see if I have more copies. I also might want to look right at the age of that particular item. This is an item I would consider for weeding. If I get into the David Almond, right, we sorted by author also. You can see that I've got Half a Creature, Kit's Wilderness, and The Savage that I would consider for weeding. They all have 0. They haven't been checked out in 4 years. These are very good candidates for weeding. The one thing that this report does not do is give you the age of the material. And unfortunately, that's just, I haven't found a way around that. But if you know your collection well enough, you're going to be able to figure that out. You can also grab a laptop or an iPad and take it around with you. You can do quick lookups if you want to. You may find that in the middle of a series that something's recommended for weeding. You might choose to keep it, right? Because you know that the rest of the series is being checked out and you just don't want to lose that part of the series, obviously. So that is how you can use Destiny Discover to create and run a report that you can use to weed by sub-location. I hope that was helpful. Please don't hesitate to reach out if for some reason I've missed a step, or of course, if you have a better idea for how to do that. Thanks.